Okay, so the second time you open up Blender, you'll be greeted with a splash screen over here. This is an artist that created the splash screen, and his name is over there, as I mentioned in the previous video. This is currently what we are using, the Blender 4.0.2. And then we have a different file options that we can select if we want to get started with that. However, I'm just going to take the mouse over to the left and select over there, right? And as you can see, now we have this 3D lovely viewport. Okay, and then so let's look at the layout of Blender. Right at top left over here we have the edit menu, and the reason why it's called edit menu is because of different options that it has. Right, so this is the edit menu, just keep that in mind. And then the next thing that we do have is the layout, modeling, sculpting, UV editing, texture paint, shading, animation, rendering, compositing, geometry nodes, and scripting. And these are known as workspaces, right? So for example, I'm currently at layout. If you select modeling, you would see that it takes us to a different viewport, right? Sculpting, it takes us to a different viewport over there, right? So that's the different workspaces. We'll be dealing with that later on. Okay, so the next thing that we're looking at is the header. The header is the small options over here, right? And so the next thing that we want to be looking at is the outline. So this is known as the outliner. If you select on the square over here, you see that it is named the outliner. So that's a easier way for you to remember. Just click on the squares over here. You'll see there's quite a number of squares. Over here we have the properties, right? This is the properties. So the properties is literally if I click on an object, and then it gives me different properties that deals with the specific object that I have selected. Like this is a lamp, so it's going to give me a number of options. This is a cube, so it's going to give me more options to the object that I have selected, as well as the camera, which has different options. Okay, just keep that in mind. And then the next thing that we have over here is called the timeline. The timeline deals with and animation and how you would like to animate it, right? And then over here we have the toolbar, right, or the tool menu. So this is tools, and this deals with, for example, like the movement of an object, right? As you can see, I can move the object and stuff like that, and rotate it as well, and do quite a number of things. Okay, and I'm just undoing that. And if it is hidden, you can just tap T. The shortcut is T, and then we have another menu which is hidden by default. So if you press N on the keyboard, you'll see that there's another option over here, right? So N will bring out the side view or side menu, right? And there's quite a number of other options, of course, over here as well, as you can see, right? So if you do add plugins and stuff like that, which we'll be dealing on later on, it will be then over here. Okay, so then we have the header, like I said, and it's simple because the one thing that you need to remember is as soon as you click on the sidebars, you'll see that it's everywhere, and then you can just see what's the name of it, right? So that's a small secret over there, right? Outliner, properties, 3D viewport, which deals with us, and timeline. Okay,